Furious parents in California after a teachers union gave teachers an anti-Israel script demanding a ceasefire in the Middle East and blaming Israel for the conflict. Joining us this morning to discuss is President of Parents Defending Education's Nicole Neily. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
The Oakland Education Association released that statement Friday. The backlash continues. Nicole, what'd you make of this?
Sure. I mean, it's disgusting, but it's also unsurprising. This is exploiting a power dynamic between minor children and teachers. And let's remember, teachers are authority figures in children's lives. So if a teacher tells a child, this is Israel's fault, a child is going to believe it. And so this is teaching hate, pure and simple. I mean, these are people who have made a career about being around children, and they are now victim blaming children. Babies were beheaded. These people should not be within 1,000 feet of a school. It's appalling that this is taking place.
And what's really outrageous is that it encouraged its members to use an attached script to call their local politicians and voice support for the Ceasefire Now resolution, which we know is from the progressive liberal Democratic squad. It demands that the Biden administration send humanitarian aid to Gaza. What do you think is the reason behind this? Why did the Oakland Education Association push their agenda on educators, asking them to voice their support for this cause?
Well, sadly, teachers' unions are obsessed with pretty much everything except teaching children. I mean, we have seen for the past several years, the National Education Association's annual meeting, they have voted on resolutions about Palestine over and over again, even prior to this. They have voted on changing the term mother to birthing person. I mean, children are their absolute last priority. The teachers' unions in Los Angeles and San Francisco voted on boycott, divest, sanction resolutions 2 years ago. And so this is something that is very much on their minds. And let's also remember the Oakland Education Association and Oakland Public Schools is infested with the Democratic Socialists. And so they're also, that's a party that is very, very stridently anti-Israel. So this should come as no surprise, sadly.
And the Oakland Unified School District, for their part, has since released a statement saying this does not represent their views. But, this is happening in a lot of places, not just blue Oakland, California, as you mentioned. Why are these anti-Israel teaching materials allowed in some of these taxpayer-funded school districts?
Sure. Well, a lot of this is coming from a curriculum called ethnic studies, which was originally conceived as a way to promote cross-cultural understanding. It has since turned into a system or a curriculum that really just teaches students you're either an oppressor or oppressed. It pits students against each other. It started in California. It's working its way eastward. It's been challenged in court already in a few cities. It's going to continue to be a problem. And unfortunately, also, we now have 31 states that do not require teaching of the Holocaust at all. And so that's something else that really needs to be addressed.
So Washington Post analysis shows the number of U.S. families homeschooling their children has soared by 51% since 2017. Not surprising, Nicole, when you see stories like that one out of Oakland and also some of these woke agendas. Talk about the direct effect, though, this has on funding for public schools and what you think this trend means for the future of America's education system.
Sure. So every child that's in a public school comes with money, be it federal money, state money, et cetera. And so, there's per pupil funding at stake when children pull out. What we're seeing is that schools have squeezed the geese that lay the golden egg. They're flying away because parents have been mistreated. During the pandemic, families had a window into what their children were learning. They were a little bit concerned, about the curriculum, what their children were not learning. And then when they tried to raise those concerns, they were held at arm's length. So frankly, it should come as no surprise that people have been fleeing the school system. And I can expect this trend to continue because trust between families and the public school system is broken. And there is no sign that there are any efforts being made to repair it.
Parents Defending Education's Nicole Neily, thanks for joining us this morning. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.